Chapter 15. Our Environment. Learning Objectives. Pollution. Types of pollution. Damage caused to the environment. Ways to protect the environment. Warm up. In a world where waste runs free, three guiding stars shine brightly. Reduce, reuse, recycle, they decree. In harmony, they dances so rightly. Reduce, the first whispers softly. Reuse, the second calls are clear. Recycle, the third chants with glee, and transform the old into a newbie. Three little letter, but mighty they stand, guiding us to a greener land with the 3 R's held close at hand. Together we nurture our earth grand. The surroundings in which we live is our environment. It includes all living and non-living things along with natural forces. Human beings, air, water, land, animals, plants, and the microorganisms are all a part of the environment. All the living things, including us, live in the environment and continuously interact with it. We affect the environment and are affected by the environment. We are dependent on our environment to fulfill our various needs like shelter, food, clothing, fresh air, and clean surroundings. We have limited natural resources to meet these needs. If, however, we use more than our requirements and fail to restrict our greed, our natural resources will decrease and our planet will soon be in danger. We must keep our environment neat and clean to live a healthy life. Human beings are dependent on natural resources for their livelihood. Due to increase in population and building of towns and cities, resources are either being used up faster or are getting polluted. Pollution. The presence of unwanted or harmful substance in the environment that decreases its quality and causes harm and discomfort to living beings is called pollution. These unwanted and harmful substances such as excess carbon dioxide, noise, toxic chemicals, etc. that cause pollution are called pollutants. An organization, company, or a person who is responsible for polluting the environment is called the polluter. Types of pollution. There are different types of pollution. The major forms of pollution are soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. Soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs when harmful substances mix with the soil and reduce its fertility. Soil pollution is caused by excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. It is also caused by domestic, industrial, and agricultural waste. These substances enter the food chain and find their way into the human body. Landfills also damage large areas of soil. Crops grown in such polluted soil have less nutritional value and are harmful to the health of the consumer. Air pollution. Air pollution occurs when harmful substances make the air dirty and unfit for breathing. Air pollution is caused by factories and industrial units which give out gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and oxides of nitrogen. Smoke from domestic fires, fumes from automobiles, pesticides, and dust also pollute the atmosphere. Respiratory diseases like asthma are caused due to air pollution. It also affects the eyes. It can be controlled by installing tall chimneys with filters in factories to release smoke and gases away from the place where we live and breathe. Vehicles should be fitted with CNG or LPG kits. CNG and LPG are non-polluting fuels. Regular pollution checks in vehicles also helps in controlling pollution. Water pollution. Toxic chemicals and substances such as arsenic, mercury, and lead that are thrown in water bodies cause water pollution. Arsenic poisoning causes black patches on the skin. Death can damage caused to the environment. When we go for a picnic, we throw away packets, plastic bags, leftover food, etc. around us. This pollutes the area and damages the land and the plants growing there. It is also harmful for the animals living there. We cut down trees to get wood for constructing our houses. Wood is also used as fuel for making paper. This results in deforestation. The fewer the number of trees in the environment, the less is the amount of oxygen. There is also more carbon dioxide, which leads to higher levels of air pollution. In addition, there are some harmful and poisonous gases in the smoke emitted from factories and vehicles, which is released in the atmosphere. We are aware that the roots of the trees bind the soil. When trees are cut down, the soil becomes loose. This loose soil can be easily washed away by rain or blown away by the wind. This loss of fertile topsoil is called soil erosion, and it adversely affects the environment. Ways to protect the environment. We need to control pollution so that we can live in a healthy environment and conserve important natural resources for our future generations. We all have to make sincere efforts to reduce pollution. Proper disposal of waste. The biggest problem faced by the world today is the disposal of waste. This is taken care of by municipalities in towns, corporations in cities, and panchayats in villages. But we have to contribute in proper disposal of waste. We can also keep the environment clean by separating waste into two groups, biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Some waste like fruit and vegetable peels, things made out of paper and wood, can be decomposed. Such waste is called biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste can be recycled. Waste is collected in compost pits. Worms eat up the garbage to create rich manure within 45 to 90 days. Manure is then added to the soil. Plants grow well in this manure-rich soil. On the other hand, waste including plastic, metal, glass, and rubber cannot be decomposed. Such waste is called non-biodegradable waste. It never rots but remains in the soil for a very long time and pollutes it. Non-biodegradable waste can be recycled. Afforestation. Much of the land area that was once covered with forests no longer has trees. The process of planting trees in that areas that are barren or have fewer trees is known as afforestation. We can also protect our environment by preserving our existing forests and preventing them from being cut down. Trees give us oxygen-rich air and purify the environment. Following the 3 R's. One of the simplest and most effective ways to save resources is to follow the 3 R's. These are reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce the use of resources. We should use less resources and not waste them. Choose the things that can be used again. For example, use cloth towels instead of tissue paper. Only buy what you need. Reuse things. Find new ways to use things before you throw them. For example, old textbooks can be given to the library, or old toys and clothes can be given to those in need. They can be used by the needy. You can use old plastic cans as flower pots or pencil stands. Recycle old and unwanted things to make new useful items. Old newspapers and unwanted paper can be used to make new paper. Plastic is recycled to make buckets, mugs, and toys. Glass can be recycled to make new objects. The 3 R's also reduce the generation of waste. Throwing away paper, plastic bags, bottles, or metal cans as waste causes pollution. We should reuse or recycle these things as many times as possible. This way, factories will also have to make fewer things. This will reduce pollution from factories too. Say no to plastics. These days, plastic is used to make a lot of useful and colorful things for daily use. However, plastic waste is not easy to dispose of. The landfills or dumping places are filled with plastic objects, especially plastic bags. We must say no to plastic bags and carry paper or jute bags for shopping. We must make sure that we only use those plastic which can be recycled and can be used for making things like flower pots, tubs, park furniture, etc. Keywords: microorganism, very small living thing that can only be seen with a microscope. Interact, to have an effect on each other. Decibel, a measurement of how loud a sound is. Afforestation, growing of trees on a large scale. Deforestation, indiscriminate felling of trees. Chapter Roundup. Environment includes all living and non-living things along with the natural forces. The presence of unwanted or harmful substances that cause harm is called pollution. Any harmful substance which enters our environment and causes pollution is called a pollutant. Pollution can be classified as water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, and noise pollution. One of the simplest and effective way to save resources is to follow the 3 R's. Waste that can be decomposed is called biodegradable waste. Plastic, metal, glass, and rubber cannot decompose. Such waste is called non-biodegradable waste. We should say no to plastics.